stock option. I'm not giving that up. Fuck that noise. Listen, I'm about my money. And if I can't get another job where I get to keep my stock options, I'm just going to stay there and suffer.
I'm always about my money. Fuck that. That's what I tell people all the time. Like, yo, I hate my job, but I mean, fuck it. Well, I'm going to make $75,000 a year at, right? Like, this podcast got to get paid for itself. Like,
Right.
you know, like, what are we making? Like, $15 a month through Patreon? Like that don't even pay for my gym membership. Like, no wonder, like, I'm sitting there, like, I'm trying to bring sexy back. I'm fucking on this keto shit for like 4 months, and I'm losing all the weight in my face and my ass, but not in my stomach. Like, my stomach still got a little pot belly.
Are you busting those crunches?
Fuck no. I can't afford a gym membership. We ain't got enough Patreon people. $15 a month. We're
gonna get to it, but I got a job opportunity for you.
For
if you're
me?
trying to bring sexy back, I got a job opportunity for you.
So I mean, this shit crazy. Like, I'm looking today, like, just sports wise. Like, I'm so happy to see that Miami. I mean, they didn't win.
Yeah, y'all lost.
But they went into overtime with the Bucks, and they only lost by 2.
Basketball.
So yeah, and you know, Andre don't know shit about sports. But I mean, you see,
that's not true. I don't know anything about
the Mavericks
basketball.
beat the Clippers.
Yeah, I saw that.
Ask me about Formula One or Formula Drift.
I saw some Pumas. I was in the mall while we was all waiting to get together, and I saw some Pumas, and they looked like some racing type shits, and I was like, that's some shit Andre would wear.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I was like, them shits is so ugly. They was right up your alley, my man.
But they comfortable as hell.
They was right up your alley.
You ever been inside a Formula One car?
No.
Have you ever wanted to be?
Yeah. There's actually. So one of the things they have in Vegas is you get drive a Formula One car, and I want to do that. They also have ones where you could drive like hypercars and stuff. So I want to buy one of those packages, like $800 or $900, and you get like 2 hours.
They let you drive the car. Yeah. I wonder if you wreck it.
I mean, that's
I'm
part
pretty
of the
sure they have insurance. Yeah,
but I mean,
sign the waiver.
But how many people could like sit there and be like, "Yo, I'm about to get behind the wheel of this motherfucking car," and then. Because I see people on the highway doing 100, and they don't look like they in control of the car. So you would think about some like,
I'm pretty sure they got like safety
shit.
precautions, like barriers and stuff like that.
Because I know, like in Daytona, they do some shit on the track where you could ride in like a stock car.
Yeah,
but I think it's usually like you ride passenger, and then somebody else, like a professional driver, is driving the car really fast, and you just in the passenger seat.
Yeah, this is you actually driving. There's like a whole coursing thing you got to go through.
I mean, we almost did that in Andretti's, but
we almost did. But
you know, fucking scrubs. I'd rather go get manicures and pedicures and ride a fucking camel than actually, you know, go to Andretti's.
Did she show the video?
No, I ain't seen the video of dude on a camel yet.
Yeah.
But
where the hell do you ride a camel in
Mexico? Yeah, they went on vacation.
Oh, okay.
So you can just imagine a black dude on a camel. It's just going left and right. His balls are hurting. He just look like he's having the worst time ever, bro.
His wife run that shit. He ain't got no balls left.
I was like, geez.
If it's anything like riding a horse, it's uncomfortable.
You been on a horse? I've never been on a horse.
Yeah, I've been on a horse a couple of different times.
Yeah, like, he was on a horse on one of the videos too. Like they did a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, there's a horse riding place up a little past the land.
Okay.
That I went to. And like it's a trail, so it's not like galloping and shit. But even just like the horses,
the shit hurt,
bro. Yeah, that shit.
But what's that thing for that you even put on
the saddle?
The back?
It's supposed to make it less hurt less, but it still hurts.
It still hurts.
Still hurts.
Did they have somebody hold the handle for you? Or you had
full
reins? You had full reins.
You have full reins. Yeah, but the horse knows the path, right? Because like so like all the horses do is like walk that path.
They don't go fast.
No.
Slow.
Like they'll start trotting a little bit, and then that's the part where it starts hurting because you're literally it's just like the movies. You're sitting there going like this, and you're just all like, "Yo, I got balls." Like
horses ain't fucking dumb.
No, they
not like donkeys and shit. Like donkeys is fucking dumb. Horses ain't dumb.
Yeah.
But you know, like you talk about horses, I think about some shit. You heard about the Kentucky Derby winner?
Yeah,
the horse, right? Like you talk about like y'all didn't learn anything from fucking A-Rod and Barry Bonds and Sammy Sosa and my dude at work. Like the Roy's will fucking get. How you felt post win? Like that had to be the worst shit.
Yeah.
Like you sitting there winning, and then all of a sudden they like your horse was on roids.
Listen. I think there should be a special category in all sports.
Just all steroid people just go?
Just all steroid people. Same for
just
horses.
go.
Like all bro, could you imagine like horse betting when there was like the roided category?
You mean before they were like drug testing and shit?
Yeah.
Like that's like in the NBA. Like, did you see the picture of Jimmy Butler?
Yeah.
Like when he was like, they were like, oh, he go get a drug test
because he's so big.
he was doing something in a photo and they couldn't tell if the photo was Photoshop or not, but his arms were super veiny.
big.
And it was like, they're like, oh, it's playoff Jimmy. And it was like, yo, that random drug test coming tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it's funny that they do shit like that, but then it's like the horse. Did the horse have to take a pre-drug test? Like I didn't look into it enough, but it's like he took a pre-drug test and passed, I assume.
Yes.
And then failed the post-drug test.
Yeah. So they treat him just like a human.
Yeah, but what happened to all them people who bet?
So
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you bet on that horse to win, you got that payout.
Yes.
But now they figured out, oh, that horse was on roids. Like, so did the horse still win?
No, the horse didn't win. They
Okay.
took the win away,
Yeah.
but you still made your money. They can't take that away.
because if you already cashed out,
If you already cashed out, you good.
But do you think like bookies should like start having like clauses in play? Like, yo, like I'm not paying you out till the post drug test happen.
A lot of people wouldn't bet.
Yeah, but I that for me to protect my assets,
Yeah,
I
the
would
assets.
because you giving out all that money and next thing
Yeah.
you know. But then again, maybe that horse had the better odds
Yes.
for the bookie, so he
Yeah.
didn't have to pay as much because
Yeah.
now the second horse that's the new winner, his shit may have been paying out 15-1. And
yeah,
then
but how you
then
gonna
you really broke.
Oh, yeah. You got a point.
yeah.
So the horse that they end up giving the money to, do you change the odds for that horse, or do they keep the odds the same way it was going into it? I'm pretty sure they leave the odds the same way it was.
I would think afterwards you can't change the odds afterwards because it's already done. But
yeah.
But I was thinking about like how did it pass the? Because I watch a lot of different content sources, and a number of them talked about it, and they're like, yeah, it passed the pre-race drug test, but failed the post game. And I was like, how does that work? And then I realized,
But how long does it take roids to actually hit you?
It could be in your system for a long period of time.
Right.
Almost
Yeah,
2 months.
but what I'm saying is like for you, like maybe the horse was clean. It's like when you go for a drug test for work. Like when you know you're gonna do it, like you all of a sudden get clean.
Yeah.
And then the minute you know you pass the drug test, you get high again.
so what I think it was I thought back to Blue Mountain State, and they would do oil changes for their football players. And it's where like you basically take clean urine and you insert it into yourself, and then you go take the drug test as clean urine.
Shit.
Yeah, but they
And
said
then post game, like
they
you
said
can't
that,
do that.
they said the dude that trained the horse,
Yeah.
he was known for it.
He is known for it.
So it was like it wasn't no surprise. But you gonna tell me that if you a known like horse junkie guy, like if you know you've been junking up horses for a while, wouldn't you want to like move a little extra cautious? Like you know they were gonna do a drug test after the race, but you thought you was gonna get away with it.
No, when you got money involved,
Yeah.
That's like answering the phone and be like, "This is Bill." Like you dumb as fuck. Like come on. Like I would have known the eyes were on me and I would have just took it.
I couldn't rob a bank with a guy like that, man.
They said that motherfucking horse when it ran through the end, like the snapshot that they take of the horse's nose and shit when it hits the line, they said that horse did not look tired in its eyes. He said that horse looked wide awake. They're like, most horses look tired when they fucking hit the finish line. He said that horse looked wide awake.
He was ready for another one right there and there.
Like he was gonna do 2 laps.
If that does that to a horse, just imagine what it does to a human.
But I know, so when I was in Miami, right, I was working and I worked with a dude. He was a cowboy. Mm-hmm. He used to be a blackjack dealer in Michigan. Mm-hmm. Like he used to work at a casino. So like when he came to work with us, he was trying to get his life together and shit like that. You know, start a new life because he was making bank being a dealer for cards. Mm-hmm. So then he come to work for us. He was making like $11 an hour or some shit like that.
That's a drastic difference because you're making like at least $5 to $10 a hand.
Yeah,
And in an hour, you'll play like
so
10 or 20 hands.
He worked from he was like every hand, like whoever won the hand would always throw you a buck. Right. So if you're dealing 100 hands, you guaranteed to make at least $100.
Right.
And if you're at a 10 chip table where there ain't no $1 chips,
right,
you getting thrown a 5 every time. Like you could literally bank some serious cash. so homie was working for me, and then I guess he started like getting his like. He's a cowboy. He always wore like the only motherfucker I knew that would come to work with cowboy boots and a cowboy hat on. Like where we work. Like I got mad props for you if you could work fucking 8 hours in some cowboy boots. Them shits must be mad comfortable. That motherfucker must have like stamina or something because I couldn't do it. But anyway, so he started like wanting to work out and get fit. So he was taking horse testosterone. And the fucked up thing was one of my other peoples was selling it to him. Like I was like, all this shit going down at work. Like, like who the fuck knew? So dude ended up starting to get big, bro. Like he had like potatoes for arms and shit.
Holy
like
shit.
His biceps was fucking veiny. I was like, damn, son. Like I'd love to get there the normal way, which I never could, but I would love to get this like that. And they was like, oh, that's horse testosterone. I'm like, you would inject horse testosterone into your body? That's like that's like this new fucking vaccine and shit, man. Motherfucker was the original CRISPR. So he's sitting there like jacked up. And man, like I had to put the pistol on him one day.
Oh my God.
So he borrowed some money from me before and then I was moving from Miami. I was moving to Daytona. So I was like, yo, I need that money.
Yep.
He was like, I'll give it to you when I give it to you. I'm like, nah, like I'm leaving the city in like a week. Like I need that money at the end of the week. He's like, I'll give it to you when I give it to you. I was like you don't understand.
That's called I'm not gonna give it to you.
like I need that money. So then
homeboy, you good?
Then he swelled up on me. Like, you know, like his arms like kind of cocked forward and shit. Like if he was like Optimus Prime about to transform. And I'm a small dude. So like I pulled the pistol. I was like, yo, like don't fuck with me, please. And my shit was not legal at the time. So I was like, yo, like get the fuck back. And he immediately did this. And I was like, you know what? Let me get them watches. He used to sell watches because when he was a blackjack dealer, like one of the things he said that every like I guess the piece for a dealer was the watch because you always had to wear the uniforms and shit. So you always wanted a nice timepiece on the wrist. Mm-hmm. So he had he was selling like fake Rolexes, but he had some Invictas, Renatos, and some other shit. I didn't want the fake Rolex because I knew it was fake, but it was one of those good fakes because the hand swept versus ticking. Like, you know, cheap Rolex or a fake one, it ticks. Mm-hmm. A good one sweeps because they're automatic. They don't got no battery. Mm. So I was like, give me that watch. And I was like, give me the other one too. He was like, no, that's too much. I said, motherfucker, you made me pull out this gun. You go give me both watches. I'm not playing that.
So you allegedly robbed this man for 2 watches?
No, listen. I took one for the money and the second for my time and patience, okay? That's just like these fucking customers, like when they want like, oh, like the lawyers, like pain and suffering, like fuck the medical bills. Oh my God, the pain and suffering. Yeah, the time I had to wait and argue with your ass, now you gonna give me 2. And with that, I want to kick off another episode of the Two Dab Crew podcast. I'm back. I want to say your boy Powder is back, fresh face, no beard.
Like a new man.
A new man.
With the 5 o'clock shadow.
Here with the Lemon Pepper Boys, Andre and Ghost.
Yo.
I was going to call y'all something else today. I forget what I was going to compare y'all to. And I was like, damn, like that's a that was a good comparison. I don't know why the fuck I don't be writing shit down half the time.
With your poor memory, you know you should be writing stuff down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, man, like I don't fucking understand. Oh no, that's what it was. Let me try that again. Let me come back into the intro.
We got editing power.
No. I let them hear this because it's funny. Welcome to another episode of the Two Dab Crew podcast. It's your boy Powder here with Rory and Maul. I'm replacing you motherfuckers with the JPB boys.
Oh my God.
$2 get you the 4 episodes.
I haven't watched the whole thing yet, but
it's like an hour and 19
minutes.
Yeah,
I'm not too interested in that shit.
Yeah.
And the more I think about it, the more I'm like, damn, Joe fucked up, man. Yeah. Like I know, like whatever, like his star power brings something to it, but it's like when you agree to do something with your homies, like you gotta sit there and like do something with your homies, you know. And it was like funny because like at the beginning of the shit, Maul was telling one of the stories. He was like, with Joe was like, they all lined up here for me. He was like, them motherfuckers never lined up for you this far. They lined up here for us.
Yes.
You know, they here to see us.
Yeah.
And again, like
or else your rap career would have been bigger than it was.
Bigger than what it was.
But nobody gives a Joe Budden couldn't carry a podcast by himself. No. I don't think anybody can carry a podcast by themselves.
Yeah.
Because
Not a podcast.
To me, that's a monologue.
Yeah. I think that's one of the videos I sent you guys when he went on the Breakfast Club and Charlamagne asked him, hey, do you think these boys can do a podcast by themselves? He was like, nah. I'm like, damn. Wow.
Yeah, but I mean, like, maybe not. You know, maybe because they're too similar. You know, like the beauty of the podcast is having different views and stuff. Because if it's like, if we brought up a topic and I was like, man, I hate that shit. And you was like, me too.
Yeah.
That's like the conversation.
They can always add other people.
But the conversation is over at that point.
Right.
That's like with Joe Rogan. Like, Joe Rogan podcast only good if he got somebody on it.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to listen to...
he's just ranting into the microphone.
You want to listen to Joe Rogan by himself for 2 hours?
Nah,
Like...
But that's like some of our early test episodes. Like, we realized, yeah, you know, it was funny content, but really, you know, you don't know someone for 20 years and then be super different.
Yeah, we would go into some episodes and we would say something and then the other one would be like, yeah, I agree. And it's like, all right, well, that topic is dead. On to the next one.
Right.
Oh, man.
So y'all could be Rory and Maul. Or if y'all ever act the fuck up once their contract is up in a year, it could be your boy Powder presents Rory and Maul on the Two Dab Crew podcast.
Are you going to try and replace us with Rory and Maul?
I'm just saying, if y'all, I hope y'all don't act up, but if you do,
nah, man,
I'm just letting you know that you could be replaced.
Oh, that's...
I'm just fucking with y'all. They star power is too high. I ain't got the money to pay them.
Oh, man.
So what's up? How y'all doing today before we get into anything?
Good.
I'm doing good, man. Just tired, man. Had a long day yesterday. Had to go to a wedding.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
how was that wedding? Like you still didn't send me no picture of the outfit. Like he told me he was like, I'm at a wedding, and he sent me a picture of his little like name tag at the table. Mm-hmm. And I was like, all right, cool. I said, what's your fit look like? He was like, you trash. I was like, I just want to know what you was dressed like.
Is he trash or was your outfit trash? And that's why you ain't want to send no photo.
He always do that, man. He don't know what I got on.
So I was like, well, what is it? So then he sent me a picture of one of the females there, and I'm like, yeah, but what does your fit look like?
You are the worst.
I was like, I see what your company look like. I'm more concerned with what you wearing. What do you got on? Because you representing us.
Yes.
You know, like, damn. Then I sent them a picture of a Haitian dude in an oversized suit. And I was like, I hope you're not dressed like this. Looking like Zoe-Man over there going to fucking church.
No, the young lady next to me said she never saw me dressed that good before. So it was
ill-fitting suit.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
All right.
The hand-me-down from Pops.
Yeah, no, I was just, hell no.
What was the drink of choice?
Oh, we had Crown with Coke. We had 2 cups of those, and then we had like 3 to 4 cups of Malibu and pineapple. That was hitting nice.
My man over there with the Malibu and pineapple and the rum and Coke.
Yep.
I mean, that is rum and Coke, and then you said Crown and Coke.
Yeah, Crown and Coke.
Oh shit, you missing whiskey and rum. You close to a Long Island over there.
I knew I started feeling it when I got on the dance floor. And then I started playing with this little glow in the dark thing that they had and just dancing the floor.
Oh, it was a rave?
It was kind of like a rave. It was a wedding.
What kind of Haitian wedding has a rave?
No, it was a Spanish girl and a Jamaican dude.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a Spanish
But
girl.
they must have been young, like our age.
Yeah,
That's
they like 26.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like younger.
28,
You know, because now you don't get the traditional wedding no more. Like you get something that's more fun.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So I'm sure they was wilding
Something to
out.
actually entertain your guests.
They were wilding out.
I think if I ever got married, that shit would have to be like a party.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like edible gummies at the door.
Yeah, just put them at the table, man. Just put the edible gummies at the door.
No kids allowed.
Whoever want to partake.
And no kids allowed. When I went to a wedding as a kid, I caught the garter belt. They took it away from me. They told me that I didn't want none of them problems.
You didn't want none of them. Yeah, for some reason, they didn't even do that yesterday.
When I saw what happened with that shit, when I was like, I think it was like 9 or 10, I was like, yeah. Like, but nowadays you look at it and be like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, because I got the awkward call like 3 a.m. in the morning. They're like, hey, you left without saying goodbye. Because I'm one of them guys, I hate saying goodbye to people. So I always try to find my exit strategy.
So you just...
So I just wait for the perfect opportunity and I just dip. so one of them called me out. They're like, damn, you didn't even say bye to the bride. I'm like, damn, my bad. So,
who'd you know, the bride or the groom?
I knew both of them.
Oh.
Yeah, I used to work with both of them. So they were shocked that I even came through because I haven't talked to them in a while. But she's been asking me to come for over a year now. So I had
showed
to show
up.
Yeah, I had to show up.
You smash any of the bridesmaids?
Nah. No, man. But for some strange reason, like the groomsman, his mom kept coming up behind me, rubbing on my back, say, hey, come on, dance. And I was like, no, I don't want to dance.
Uh-oh.
And then she kept on coming back again, and then she kept on coming in my face now, doing all this. Come to me, baby. Just come dance with me. I'm like, fuck, okay. So finally I got up, I started dancing, but I saw her husband right there at the corner of my eye. I was just waiting for him to be like, hey, young man, just keep it moving. But she kept on, she was drunk. She was gone. Because we started dancing. She started talking to me. Hey, how you doing tonight? This is what happened at my job. I'm like, well, yeah. And I was like signaling to the girl that was sitting next to me. I was like, get me out of this shit. She's like, oh, I got you. So she literally started dancing, stepping in. So it was eventful.
Nice.
It was eventful.
I ain't been to a real wedding as an adult. No, I went to one.
I've been to 4.
I've only been, I think I've been to 2 weddings my whole life. The one that I was when I was a kid, or maybe I've been to 2 when I was a kid. I don't fucking remember. And nobody gives a fuck because I was a kid.
Yeah.
But I went to one wedding when I was an adult. So where I work in one of the old stores, like I had to run inventory one year. So I handpicked associates to run inventory.
Yeah.
Right. And of course, everybody was like, yo, I got you. You know, like I had a decent crew. But 2 of the associates that I had, you know, I had them working together. They end up, you know, getting together.
Mm-hmm.
So I left the store, you know, whatever. They hit me up like a year later. They're like, hey, by the way, like dude's name, I used to call dude Milkshake because he looked like Droopy Dog.
Did he bring all the? Oh, never mind.
No, he looked like Droopy Dog, though, like from the Looney Tunes shit.
Yeah.
And then like somebody one day was talking something, so I made up this whole story about how he and another dude went to fucking Sonic's and he couldn't get a milkshake and he was fucking depressed. Like, you know how I do sometimes where I just like come up with some random stories.
Yeah.
So we just kept calling him Milkshake after that. So he and the chick was getting married. So they was like, yo, like since you kind of hooked us up, we want you to come. I was like, bet. Like, you know, like the only way I'm coming though is if I get to say something. That's the only way I'm showing up.
That's a dangerous proposition with you.
Hey, listen, you know the deal, right? Real deal. So homie was like, sure. So they sent me the flyer, whatever, and this and that. So when I go to the wedding, right, I'm like, all right, I'm getting fly.
Yeah.
I had the dress pants on. I had the fucking glitter gold shoes on. I had the gold vest, black shirt. Like my ass was looking clean. I had the fucking gold Versace shades on. Right? My ass was fucking spot, right?
Mm-hmm.
I get to the fucking wedding. It's on the beach.
Ooh.
On the beach.
You didn't get like an invitation that said like
I thought it was like it said in New Smyrna Beach. I didn't know it was like literally
on the beach.
in the sand.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I get out the car, right? And I'm fresh. I'm like, whoo. And then I'm like, where the fuck is the wedding? I see this little like veil shit on the fucking sand. and all the guests are in fucking flip flops and board shorts, and I know like you have no idea how it is to step out clean and be like, I'm the odd one.
Yeah.
Right? Usually it's like, I'm fresh to death. I'm about to go snatch these hoes, and it's like completely different. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah, that was me last night when the because they literally had names on the table, but you didn't know where you sat at. So I was like, damn, I got to go to 10 different tables. I was like, please God, let it be like the first or second table. Luckily, it was the second table. Like 3 minutes into it, I feel this guy tap on my shoulder. He whispered in my ear. He's like, hey, brother, hey, you still got the tag on your shirt. I'm like, fuck.
That's the worst.
That's the worst.
That's the worst.
He's like, I don't think you meant to leave that there. I'm like, no, I didn't. Thank you, brother.
At least he did it discreetly, right? He did it discreetly. But I was having this conversation, and like the fucked up thing about that wedding was the after party of that was at a VFW. So if you ever been to a VFW, it's for old people. It's for old veterans of foreign war.
Yeah.
So that's like where your Vietnam veterans and shit go to spend their Sunday nights and shit. So it's run down. You know what I'm saying? They usually don't get a lot of funding. So it's like we went from the beach to this rundown spot, and I'm like the freshest dude here, and I'm like, fuck, I wish I had a change of clothes. But then I kept going into the bar side because they didn't even have alcohol. They had made some like homemade like hunch punch or some shit, like it was something, and I was like, nah, I can't fuck with that. I was over here getting my shots of Patron. I'm over there at the VFW and then I'm walking into the VFW, so you got all these old veterans like sitting there, and they see this fresh ass dude come in, and they're like,
young buck,
who the fuck is this guy? This is what I fucking fought for your freedom, so you could dress like this.
Damn right.
Oh man.
No, but I was saying earlier, right? So like I shaved, right? So and I could see how slim my face is.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, like I haven't seen my face in 6 months. Like when I start growing the beard, it was like midway into October when I was like, all right, let me just line up, and it just starts getting worse and worse. And I was like, oh, I feel good again that like when I walk somewhere, dudes is gonna be gripping their bitches. And I was like, that feeling makes me feel good. Like I'm not trying to get out there and get bitches, but like I like when I walk past a dude and a chick and he grab his bitch hand. Like you know what the deal is. Like hold that bitch tight, please. Keep it moving. You know what the deal is. But that's how you know you feel good. Like when you walk and then motherfuckers know you feel good and they fear your swag.
Yeah.
And they just like, hold up, bitch, come on.
There ain't nothing over there for you.
You ever had that happen though? Like you just be walking and all of a sudden like dude just like grab his chick or do something sexual, and it's like, why you did that now? Like when I was around.
Or they step between you and them.
No, I just like I'd be walking past a dude and a chick, and then all of a sudden he grab his chick, like he want to make it known that that's his. Like motherfucker, I wasn't even looking at y'all like that.
You was probably her type, and he already know off rip. Like, oh, I gotta watch out for this one.
I was like, that ain't got no confidence, man. Like you sitting there grabbing your chick around these other dudes, like you know your shit ain't right.
That's mostly like in the club, just chilling, drinking. Usually at the bar. You know me, I'm friendly as hell when we in the bar, we drinking, and then like I'll be talking to a chick, and the dude come up, hey babe, put an arm all around her and shit.
All
trying,
that awkward.
Come on, man. Like you ain't gotta do that around here.
Man.
What they say? Like what R. Kelly used to say? Like your chick chose me. Like don't hate the player, hate the game.
Yeah, man.
That was Kel's, right?
Yeah.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
All right. So what we got for podcast topics today?
We got a few.
You
different
want
topics.
you want to jump into this shit, right?
You said you had something you want to jump into. Because I mean, don't hate the player, hate the game.
Yeah.
Like
so I was. Mine's just a little topic, but I was like thinking about this shit. I was like, how come everything with a chick got to deal with a fish?
What do you mean?
What?
What do you mean?
Right. So let me put it together. Right. So think about this. Like with when it comes to chicks, like they be catfishing.
Okay.
Right. And then you ever had like sex with a chick and she starfish?
Oh yeah, or she's
No, she just
like
you know
fucking a
just lay
dead
there
fish.
like
Yeah.
a starfish.
Okay.
Right. And then I was like, then they say like sometimes it smell like fish.
Yep.
I was like, how come everything like about a chick be like fucking related to fish? And then it'd be like, oh, they mermaids or whatever. You know, it's all deep sea or it's wet like ocean.
Yeah.
Like it's so many different things that deal with women in the ocean, man. Like
What made you think of this topic? But if I should ask.
I don't know, man. I was just fucking sitting there. I was like, catfish, starfish. I was like, why is everything deal with fish? Like fish start lining up.
Do you ever role play like in the bedroom? Where you like, hey, I'll be Aquaman tonight, and you be like, oh.
Nah, I don't think I've ever.
babe. I want to be Jason Momoa.
I want to be Jason Momoa. And you go out, you buy the whole outfit, and she like be the mermaid. You just test it out.
Nah, man. I've never done any. I want to say like when it comes to shit like that, like sexually, like I'm inexperienced. Like
Yeah.
I never could say like I've had a lot of outside the norm sex. You know, it's like here it is, this and that.
Very vanilla is how they would normally say that.
Generic. You know, it's very basic when it comes to that shit. Yeah. And I'm not saying I want to do it. I just like it don't seem to happen.
But let's be honest with each other. So we all watch pornos. We all see these different moves. Do you go back and you try out some of these moves on your women, and then when you get done, like I caught myself this week. I tried out one of these moves, this little scissor move that I just saw on this porno. So after I got done, I felt like I was the man. I mean, my back was hurting me because it felt like it was in the shape of an S after I was done, because I was like, good God. First thing I did, I called my buddy. I was like, damn, I put it in today, bro.
I have studied some adult videos for educational purposes. And tried said moves. I mean, like, come on, think about it. Like, really though, like you had to learn some of your moves from pornography.
Yes.
Why we say pornography, man? Like that shit sound like we too educated. So like again, like basic sex, like hitting it from the back or from the front, right? Yep. That's something you would do. I want to say like one move I learned from porno that I like to do is the like the figure 4 on the leg. Like when you get in there from the back, but you lift one of the legs up. Oh, so she kind of like on her side.
Yeah. You got the leg wrapped around.
Yeah.
I like that.
Right. So then it's like her legs up. It almost looks like it looks like a 4.
Yeah.
And then you hitting it, so it's like you only get one side of the ass, but she's not elevated, so you can like hover over it, and then like. Is it what the fuck we doing, man? We giving this we're giving this content away for free. Y'all motherfuckers need to get this Patreon going for $5 a month. But I want to say, like, I don't think I would have ever thought of that without seeing it in the video first. And then there'd be a lot of shit that I see in porns that I'd be wanting to do, but it just don't seem like physically
it's possible.
Well, it's physically possible, but just not for me. Like when the dude grabbed the chick, like, and he get both legs, like, underneath that bitch and then pick her up and he start like fucking her in the air. It's like I try that shit sometimes, but then it's like my dick slip out and then it's like you try to put it back in. If you hit the pelvis, that shit hurts. You know, and then he's like, dick down. And fucking I'm pressing my life alert button, hoping somebody comes to save me.
It's so embarrassing, bro.
Oh my God.
Go back to what you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you ever try something and then you realize that shit ain't working, so then you just go back to whatever the regular shit was.
You feel so trash. You're like, why did I even try this?
Like you still catch your nut, but you walk away from that bitch like, oh shit. Like you don't even feel satisfied, bro. It's like going out there and winning the championship, but you was sitting on the bench. Bro, like, yeah, it was cool to celebrate at first, but when you realize you didn't do shit, it's like
disappointing, bro.
Jesus.
God, dog.
So anyway,
how did we get from starfish?
Because
I just wanted to know where this came from.
I just thought about it, man, because I'm like sitting there like, all right, so why did he call it catfish? Like, why is it called catfish? Like when you send somebody a picture of somebody else, like I get why, it's deception, but what does a catfish do that's so deceptive?
I don't think I've ever actually asked that question. And catfishing has been around like.
I mean, I know dudes do it too, but most of the time it'd be chicks, because like look at Instagram, right? Because I was looking at Instagram and then it'd be some like badass chicks, but then when you see like undoctored photos of them, like the real shit, it's like, oh, yeah. And what I really think this topic came from was that the mask mandate has stopped.
Oh yeah.
So you're starting to see people for what they really look like. And I'm like, oh, like it's some ugly motherfuckers out there that was getting some serious play because the mask, was covering up.
The eye line was right. The
yeah,
mouth,
that's what I'm
so
saying.
much.
Like when you was a chick and you could put on a mask and just make sure your eye makeup was good.
Yeah,
like you could step out the house and be something.
Yeah,
right. But now and then, like if you took off your mask, usually it would have been like dark or something, and you know what I'm saying. Like nobody gives a fuck at that point.
Yeah.
Right. But it's like now it's like people walking around free balling basically. And it's like, oh, Chihuahua. And like I know that because I'm like at work. And, you know, we work with like 200 different people. So half of these people, like, you know, every now and then they would they would pull the mask down, like under their chin or something. But then now it's like, now you see them full face. It's like, oh my God. Like,
it's a shock.
Y'all benefited from the mask mandate so long.
Wow.
Like now you got to, oh my God. Like, I hope your personality is good.
You gotta change it up.
Because I was thinking about this, right? I was like, who the fuck wanted the mask mandate gone more than the fucking toothpaste people? Think about it. In the past 2 years, you ain't heard shit about dentistry, bad breath, or anything like that, right? Because people wasn't giving a fuck. Like, I got a mask on. Like, yeah, you smell your own bad breath, but, you know, whatever. Like, nobody gave a fuck. But now it's like, without masks, now you got to worry about brushing your teeth again, making sure your shit look right. You know, if you wasn't shaving like I wasn't, like, it's like, oh, shit. Like, I'm ugly. Like, I got to do something about this.
Wow.
I gotta do something about this.
But I was like, all right. So I was like, catfishing gonna become a thing again because you're gonna start seeing faces. You know, chicks gonna have to slim their chin line down. You know, because some of them got fat faces. A lot of them was eating out. You know, during the pandemic or whatever. They start gaining weight, so they got weight in their face. You know, so like they gonna slim down. I mean, same thing with dudes. You know, it's a lot of ugly dudes out there. Yeah. So it's like, all right, so catfishing I thought was gone, but now I think it's going to become a thing again. It's going to have a resurgence, especially when you got all these like filters now and these like apps that can do it.
It's the filters that be killing me because I be seeing chicks. I'm like I can see the makeup, but is it that smooth because it's a filter? Yeah. Or is that what she actually look like? Because now they have like the even Zoom has it like the auto touch up feature where it smooths out your skin and your features. Yeah, and I just be like,
it don't be like some of those like at least with Snapchat before, like you could tell the filters because like their eyes would be bigger than normal or something like that, or a little fucking cat nose. It's like now some of these filters you can't really tell whether it's a filter or not. Yeah. Or like they go into this editing software that's that fucking simple. Yeah. Because I see the ads on fucking Instagram and shit. And it's like how they do something with their finger and all of a sudden they clean this shit up and it's like holy fuck. Yeah. Like I hope to God y'all not getting catfished.
I hope to God a guy's not trusting a picture of a woman before they actually meet him.
But you think dudes do the catfish too?
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
but how much? Like, what would you do? Like, maybe a shirtless pic, or maybe stick a banana in your gray sweatpants. You know, but there's not much we would do. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I don't think I ever catch myself doing that. I just
like I don't.
Seems like there's no point to it.
I'm in the gut
because eventually we're gonna have to meet to get the ultimate goal. So why even do it?
I've done shit like that. Like you know, like I'll suck in the gut a little bit. And
wear the super tight shirt under the bigger shirt.
Under the bigger shirt.
Yeah. I ain't done that, but I have like sucked in the gut, like practice the pose, straighten the back, do things like the camera angle a little bit. Yeah. But then it's like it's just so much, and I'm just like, man, I'm just not taking no photos. Fuck this. Use the same photo from when I was 18 years old. Fuck it. Like, how much have I changed, really? Like, yo, you look mad young. Like, yeah, I was.
trying to get a cougar.
But I was thinking, like, I don't know why catfish led to starfish. I was like, man, like, starfishing sucks.
I've never actually stopped to think about, like, where
it originated from
catfish came from.
Yeah,
never thought about it. Because
I think of catfish, and the only thing I think of catfish is people eating catfish or like a catfish with whiskers and shit. Right. And it's like, what the fuck that got to do with changing the photo?
I don't know.
Like you got catfish. We gonna have to like
even the way you catch a catfish is you stick your hand in this hole, and then you wait till it bites, and then you pull it out. It's called like noodling or canoodling or something like that. I think it's cooling. Yeah. So like I don't understand how that actually came about. So good question. Still a stupid thought, but you get points for trying. I'll give you some points for trying.
You tried.
Fuck that. Yeah. Catfishing is catfishing. Like I don't know why people just can't be them. Like, yo, I'm ugly as fuck, but I got a good personality. Because I think it's because people are shallow. Yeah. But then again, like people ain't even fucking like they not getting married like they used to. They not doing shit like that. I've heard the term open relationship more in the past 2 years than I heard my whole life.
I think that's just because it's more accepted and people are more comfortable with some of these new ideas. or not these new ideas because they're not new ideas.
I
They're old
couldn't do
ideas.
it. I could not. Like, I don't know what it could be, but I just
Are
couldn't.
you kidding me? You seem like a prime candidate for an open relationship.
Nah, I'm straight. Like I could do it with, but I couldn't have the other people I'm with do it.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, you saw me look right.
I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Like, what's mine is mine, and then, you know, what's mine is mine. That's it. Like, I'm not a sharer. Like, I was the only child. I don't share. Like, I'm not good at that.
Okay.
But that takes us, like I said, like with the female shit. Like, you was talking about this whole
Twitch situation.
this Twitch situation.
Yeah. So what we got going in the background is for those that don't know, there's been like this controversy going for like the last 3 months on Twitch. Twitch is a game streaming website, right? Okay. That's how it started. People would stream themselves playing video games. And over time it's expanded. You know, there are people who do art, there are people who do programming, and then chicks started moving in. And by chicks, I mean e-girls. You know, these are the chicks like, remember when you were a kid and like, you know, you were looking at porno sites and they'd be all like, chat with me now.
Yep.
Yeah, right? Like all those websites, they started flocking to the platform because it's a game streaming website. It's prime demographic. Yep. It's young males from like males. 13 to like, well, my age, right? Who are here for video games. Like, who doesn't want, you know, titties and stuff?
Yep.
And it's gone through a couple of different iterations of like what they're doing.
Okay.
But some of the most recent and flagrant, right, is the hot tub stream, where she just chills in a hot tub in a bikini. That's literally all she's doing, and it's got people hot as shit because it's technically it's sexually explicit.
Yeah.
But their argument is that no, it's not because I'm in a hot tub, and if you make it explicit, that's on you.
So it's almost like an OnlyFans, but they like doing it
right.
So that's the discussion we were having before you got here, was looking at that. So apparently some of the rules are, because Twitch is for games.
Yeah.
So usually like people stream video games. So like I'm playing the video game, you're watching me play the video game.
Yep.
I may or may not have my photo or my stream of my face in the video.
But you're going to have the game.
But the game's playing. Yeah. So you come here to watch other people play games and shit like that. Then it start to get into like what they call like in real life, the IRL. Right. So it'd be like dudes just sitting there working out and they're streaming themselves working out. Or
when did that start? This version
a
couple years ago.
Long time ago. Like there were the IRL streams were stuff like people walking around playing Pokemon Go. Okay. Or it'd be like a blogger whose job is like they travel and then they blog about, you know, the cities that they travel to. They'd be streaming and they'd stream themselves walking like the streets of France, the streets of Tokyo and that kind of stuff. And they would interact with the chat and then like they'd interact with like people on the street and stuff. Like that was the shift away from video games that started expanding the site and growing. Like you could watch 24 hours worth of poker streams also now. Like the EPT plays like their old tournaments on loops. Okay. So you could watch those. Like you can literally stream just about anything, right?
So they took it. So it went from games to the people who don't play video games, but like the stream, you could go on there and stream. So basically you could watch me do whatever the fuck it is. I've seen people on there just ironing clothes.
Yeah.
Right. And so you stream. So then I guess this shit started happening where, you know, obviously the thirst trap, you know, like they already got Instagram. And I don't want to say like it's just females because it could be dudes too. But I don't think chicks is thirsty like dudes.
They are, just not for this.
They're just not as blatant.
No, but I like, all right, so like always I feel like dudes got to work for women's attention. Women don't have to work for dudes' attention. Because women gonna get it. Most of the time.
Yeah.
That's why they have ladies' nights, right?
Yeah,
like you go out, there's never dudes' nights.
Yeah. You're right.
Because women ain't thirst like that.
Yeah.
Like, women want attention from dudes. Yeah, they check out your dick print and this shit that they rarely cop to.
Yeah.
But men will be straight up like staring, looking. Let me buy you a drink. Right. Let me do this. Let me take you out. Right? Dudes is very thirstful.
Yes.
So obviously women can take advantage of that, i.e. Instagram, shit like that. So now it's like, all right, here's another market where I'm not ballsy enough to be on OnlyFans, so I'm gonna be on Twitch.
Down.
So but before, like now, chicks don't even have to be good. Like you used to watch people play games when it was entertaining or they were good at the game.
Right.
Then it became that that chick's hot. All right, she's wearing, her tits out and she's playing the game and she's no good at it.
Yeah.
And you're really watching it for whatever. So again, thirst trap.
Yep.
So now it was like they get these inflatable pools and put them in there because apparently like you can't be in a bikini unless you're in a bikini atmosphere.
Okay, that makes sense.
Right, because they don't want you streaming a bikini because again, you're thirst trapping.
Yeah.
Like you're knowingly thirst trapping. You're using it for something that's not meant for.
Yeah.
That's what OnlyFans is meant for.
Yep.
Right.
So now they have these inflatable pools and they get on there and they're in bikinis and like you can see like this one here. If you donate her 100 of whatever the fuck currency that is
That's
that a euro?
euros. Those are euros.
She'll write your name on her forehead.
Right.
Damn.
Right? So obviously nobody's fucking done it because she ain't got no names on her forehead.
Right.
Right? And she looks lonely.
Yeah.
She looks like she needs some money.
Yeah.
Right. And though, if you notice, like if you've been like just casually glancing, she's not moving around that much, but she's constantly adjusting her bathing suit.
Yeah.
Like, but it's to call attention to her breasts, and like it's kind of we'll get into that part later, but this has been like a huge thing, and like one chick started doing it because she got in trouble for wearing a bikini.
Yeah.
So she was like, "All right, cool. These are what the rules are. I'm gonna go get I have a hot tub," and so she started streaming from her hot tub, and then a bunch of other females who do the same type of streams started streaming from their hot tubs, and then dudes started getting pissed off and were like, I'm gonna stream from my hot tub too, and dudes started streaming for the hot tubs to make fun of them, wearing like wigs and shit and doing dumb stuff, and it's just turned into this whole big thing to the point where some advertisers started getting kind of like, yo, what is going on?
Area.
Right. So then Twitch made a whole category, apparently. I just found that out today that they made a whole category for it, but it's literally called pools, beaches, and hot tubs.
So I wonder what the ratio is, how much Twitch gets and how much these people get.
So from every sub, it starts off at 50%. So a $5 sub, Twitch gets 50%. You get they get 50%. I don't know what the split is for bits, which is like the Twitch currency.
Yep.
I don't know what the split is there, but I mean, these chicks are making tons of freaking money.
Yeah.
So I can only assume Twitch is making a ton of freaking money from this.
Yeah.
Which is why they don't want to outright ban it.
Yeah.
And they're like,
it's making too much money from
it. Yeah. But I don't know. So like, this is the part I want to get to. I feel this is y'all know me.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking degenerate.
Yeah.
But I do feel like this purposeful, like this.
It's OnlyFans.
I feel like this is too much for Twitch. Like I'm a degenerate. Don't get me wrong.
I don't feel like it's too much. I just feel like, again, like I don't hate the player. I hate the game.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like they're playing the game.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So as long as dudes is thirsty and they gonna pay, why not take advantage of that? Like the person you got to blame is like for this person here, the 11 fucking people who subbed.
Right.
Like you literally are giving her the money to do it. I mean, granted, if that's what she wants to do, then by all means. But there has to be some type of limit to this shit, because the one thing I've learned is that everybody wants to do this.
I want to do this. I wish I was a woman. I would be doing this left and right.
You want to stream and get paid, right?
Right.
So I want to, I don't know if I want to go to the limits of a hot tub, but I would. Right? If you told me I can make $2,000 a month sitting in a hot tub talking to people on fucking line, I fucking do it. Like no questions asked. I'd be there. Oh, do it without a shirt. Okay. What does that mean? I got to go to the gym a little more. Fine, I'll do it. $2,000 a month? Fucking pay me.
Yeah.
All right. But the thing is that can't be what you do in life.
Yeah, but don't get upset when you can't find Mr. Right.
Yeah, but depends on how deep you go.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, okay, so
when money is involved,
so in that question there, would you would you care if your girl did that?
That was one of my follow-up questions.
Like I could care less of a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like,
whoa, it gets serious,
bro. So like, it's not as bad. Like before people were calling attention to it and getting mad about it. Some of these chicks were literally wearing like those Brazilian micro bikinis. You know the ones that are like literally the space between my fingers. Yeah. Chicks were wearing that.
So one question I have for you is, who are they talking to?
People in chat.
So they're just answering random questions in chat?
Just answering random questions.
Like the people in the chat room over here, they're sitting there chatting with her, and then she's talking back to them.
Correct.
She could be talking about whatever. She could be just like, hey, today I went to the store, I bought a gallon of milk.
Right.
You know, this and that. But the thing is that, look, does this tell you how many people are viewing right now?
959,000.
There's almost 1,000 people. I mean, we're one of the 959 people doing it, and she's been doing it for almost 3 hours.
Right. So her sub goal for the day is 60 subs. So 60 subs, that's $5. She gets $5 a pop. That's almost $300. She would get $150. She's at 50.
And then
in 3 hours.
And then you can tip her.
Yes.
Because you see underneath, she wants a new streaming PC, which is $1,500. And then, like, you can tip her. So, like, not only can you sub to like, have special interaction with her,
right?
But then, like, you can just give her some money for whatever reason. So, you see up at the top, like, if you donate her, like, 100 bits, she'll put your name on the board, which the name is over there on the side.
Right.
Up.
See, and then, this is what they do.
So, obviously, she's a wino because she's drinking cheap-ass beer.
Right.
Or whatever it is. Yeah. And she's got markers and shit on the side.
Yeah, to write on the board and to write. Like she's wrote someone's name or something on her arm.
And this is why Kevin Samuel says what Kevin Samuel says.
But that was my point.
This is
right. So like I'm not trying to be at that point of it, but it's like if this is all you do in life, if most people want to grow up to be streamers and use your body for this, at what point do you have professions? Because like somebody told me the other day, they was like, "Yo, plumbing prices have gotten higher." I'm like, "Yeah, well, who the fuck goes to school to be a plumber anymore?"
Yeah,
right.
You know,
and it's a big business too.
Who goes?
Why be a plumber when I could be a sex worker?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like literally, for you to be a plumber, you would have to like deal with toilets and shit and everything for what, maybe $60 an hour, and that's what you pay the company. So that's not what the plumber actually makes.
Right.
Where this chick here has been here for what, 2 hours and already made $300. Right? Who makes if you make $400 a day and you work 5 days a week, that's $2,000.
Right.
Right? Over
that's her current subs. We don't know how many total subs she has in all.
Yeah, but I'm saying $2,000 a week over 52 weeks is what? That's $100,000.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you made $100,000 a year sitting in a fucking pool for 5 days a week for 3 hours a day, like, why the fuck are we working?
Right.
But who would pay for us to do that, right?
That's where we go back to you getting into shape, because I have a job opportunity for you, sir.
You want to do this, man?
What?
We'll get you you get your abs back. We'll get you in a hot tub. You'll beat a male thirst trap.
I mean, you got tattoos for it.
Right. You'll get a bunch of dudes and chicks to sub to you, right?
Are you trying to pimp me out?
No,
Again.
no. I'm helping you manage your Twitch career.
Okay, so what do you take as a cut? Because you're over there stroking your beard the whole time he's doing this. He's like,
like 10% for managing your stuff, man.
Yeah, then what does Ghost get?
Is Ghost helping?
Are you gonna leave him out of the money? Damn, Joe.
Let me ask you a question. Would you ever catch yourself like interacting with a female like this?
No, because in my mind, like,
it's like going to a strip club. Do you really want to give your hard-earned money to?
Strip club is fun. That's a different experience.
To me, like, so the strip club on a like dude's night out, little different because it's like the experience. Like, there's something about throwing money in the air.
Yeah.
That it's not that I want to see the chick dance. It's that feeling that I'm throwing the money in the air. Yes. Like I'm a baller. Like, right? It's self gratification in the strip club versus anything else.
Yeah. Like I would never go to a strip club like by myself.
Yeah, but it also in the strip club is one of the rare places that a man is pursued.
Right.
Think about it. Like where do you go that chicks come to you. Like even if you look good, even if you got this or that, holy shit! I just realized she had an eggplant balloon.
Yeah.
So
That she rides, I'm assuming, because it's got handles and shit.
I mean, look, she got cellulite too, like, and she's still getting paid.
Yeah.
Right. So you don't even have to be perfect. You just have to be open. But anyway, like you go to a strip club and like women come after you, women do this, women do that. And yeah, they're there for the money and they know that and you know that.
Right.
So like all the contractual obligations are out in the open versus somebody you would meet in the mall.
Right.
Right? You don't know who they are, you don't know what this is, what it's going to be, right? There's so much deception and like unclear motives.
Right.
Right? You go to a chick in the mall, she don't know whether you like her or you just want to fuck.
Right.
Right? And obviously as a dude, I know some dudes out there that get chased, but I don't think any of us are those. Maybe you. 2021 seemed to be your year.
Hey, man. I'm not even doing anything different. I'm just
Exactly. But you know what I'm saying? Like you get chased.
Yeah.
You know, like so, you know, this is I think, you know, again, like whatever they do. But if you have a problem with it, it's not the chick's fault or the dude's fault. Again, I keep I'm sorry because I keep going into like this is only a woman thing, but you know anybody could do this. But it's the people who subscribe.
Yeah, man.
Right? Because
It's a market for it.
you keep the market up.
Yeah.
Right? So
Right.
Twitch obviously wants a piece of the cash. So they're going to allow it to happen. Same thing with OnlyFans. Yeah. So like these girls are basically like the celebrities. When we watched that OnlyFans documentary, when they were like the sex workers on OnlyFans were upset because celebrities use the platform to boost and it takes away from the sex workers.
Yeah.
But these chicks that are streaming on here are taking away from the people who stream and play games, which I never understood in the first place because I don't really find that shit very like. And I guess because I'm not a real gamer. Like I like to play games every now and then, but I don't want to watch somebody do a playthrough of Mario Brothers in 3 hours. Yeah. Like that shit don't excite me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm never into that. But obviously there's a crowd for that. So, but these chicks just came in and was like, hey, you know what? We're going to use your platform for our own advantage. Mm-hmm. And Twitch allowed it. So like nobody should be mad at the chicks. They should be mad at the people who actually paid. Somebody made it a market.
Yep.
So be mad at the people who made it a market. It's like when, you know, you start selling drugs. Somebody made it a market. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, oh, you hate the drug dealer. But somebody keep buying the drugs.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, you sell heroin. But somebody keep buying heroin.
Yep.
So why do you hate the drug dealer for actually taking advantage of an open market? Because then you have to worry about, like, you hating the drug dealer for taking advantage. What about FP&L? Oh, you need power? Guess what? I got it for you, but you got to pay.
Yeah.
And they're all monopolies. It's not like you have a choice of where you get your fucking power from.
Yeah.
You use your power. Like, if you need water, hey, guess what? I got water for you.
Yeah.
But you got to pay.
Yep.
And if
you try and get free water, that's illegal. We're going to send the government after you.
And if I want to charge you whatever the fuck I want to charge you for water, you don't have a choice. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, why these chicks are only taking advantage of a market that was created, and the market's created by thirsty people.
Yeah.
You know, I'd rather sit home and watch you in a bathtub or a little pool for $6 versus, you know, whatever the hell I can spend that $6 on. Like, if that's you, that's you. Go ahead. Because you know who else is benefiting from this? Johnson & Johnson.
Yep.
Jergens, Gold Bond. All the lotion companies are fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I was a company, like literally, like I know like the part about this shit that's kind of dumb is that people aren't advertising on it.
They are.
No, that's why they create this channel. They can exclude from it. So the advertisers for like, you know, Squaresoft or whatever that they advertise video games or video game accessories. Obviously, I don't want my content with this shit.
Yeah.
But if I'm anybody that understands the sex market, like I would have, like if I was KY, I'd fucking have ads for, hey, I got this new lube.
Yeah.
Hey, I got this new lotion, because you know there's somebody at home jacking a dick to this.
Yeah.
That's the part I don't understand. Like porn is a thing. Like why?
Yeah, but think about porn too. What made porn for you?
It's hot.
Yeah, but what about porn really excites you? The fact that it's people having sex, or the fact that it was a situation that could have happened in real life?
I was never one of those people.
Yeah, but think about like when you watch like porn now, it's all like it's kind of predictable. It's sex. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But think about porn when it was like back
First
in the day.
came out.
Right, when you used to watch it, and it was like literally like Bang Bus,
Yeah.
like what it was like real shit. Like there was an entertainment factor to it on top of it was porn, right? Because it's like, oh, this shit could happen.
The Gonzo
or
stuff.
like the pool boys cleaning the pool, and the middle comes in, and it's like that shit made you want to be a pool boy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there was some type of realism to it that kind of got you. Nowadays, it's just like porns be so fucking like unrealistic. Like the chick's like showing you a house as a realtor. The next thing you know, it's like, oh, the bed here is so nice. And then next thing you know, she pulls out your dick and starts sucking it. Yeah. That doesn't happen in real life.
Yeah.
Like literally porn is still sexy, but it lost its realism. So like when you look at it, it's all imagination. You know it's fictional.
Right.
Because even back in the day, they used to use different porn stars so that it wouldn't look like it was the same chicks.
Yep.
Nowadays, it's mainstream. You get the same chick doing 10 videos.
Yeah.
Right.
Right? She's a MILF in one, and then she's, a stepmom in the next.
Yep.
Like, it's that fucking mainstream. Where at the beginning, it was all like amateur. Like, this is like amateur/realism. These are real chicks doing real things, and sometimes that gets you more inflated than, hey, you know what? Like, it could be a porn star in a pool, but it's porn. Like, it's porn. This, you don't know what the fuck's going on. Up here she comes back.
She's
You know what I'm
back.
saying?
Is that a real tattoo on her arm, you think? Or is that just...
The other arm, yes. I'm sure those are all real tattoos, yeah.
Yeah, even the one on the
No,
right hand?
no. The one on the right hand is some dude's name that she wrote on there.
Yeah.
So, like, that's one of her goals. So that dude... No. She got 10 subs. So someone gave away 10 subs, so she would write his name, I shouldn't assume they were male, so that they would write their name on her arm. Dude. Yeah. I'm just jealous. I wish I could do this.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
you could do it.
There's no market for us. Though.
I wish there was a market. Like,
there's no market for us where we can sell our bodies for this.
So you don't think if we package Hot Tub, like if we all put our minds together and we package Hot Tub to do this, you don't think we'll be able to get some money off of this?
If
we got Hot Tub to do it?
I don't think so.
No, you know where
the
I think
look,
hey,
the whole 9 yards?
You know what I think would work for us, and this is the sad part, is the three of us got in a hot tub together.
Yeah.
Because it would be a lot of what they call that shit now? Sus. Like it'd be like motherfuckers would be like, yo, why is it three dudes in a hot tub?
Yo, I actually saw. So in retaliation to all the chicks doing this, a bunch of dudes started getting together to do ridiculous stuff, and that was actually kind of funny and entertaining. Like they would actually like.
So the question I got for y'all is: would y'all be comfortable enough to get in a hot tub with me and stream a podcast?
Haven't we been in a hot tub together?
I'm trying to think.
Like just the two of us?
That was Aaron.
I was gonna say like
no, not just
the two of us.
No, that was at a con. See, this dude's sitting in a hot tub.
I would do it in a real hot tub where it's steamy, but I wasn't doing something like this.
Not a kiddie pool.
Not a kiddie pool, because I feel like we can have genuine conversation just inside a real hot tub.
I would think that the problem with the real hot tub is the microphones. And then the
hot tubs are loud.
The bubbling.
Yeah, the hot tubs are loud. That's the other problem.
Yeah, but who knows? I mean, I would be open to the idea.
I'll be open to the idea too.
Like you see, how
about a steam room? We do
something like that, like a sauna or something.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
But so
the equipment would get jacked up.
Yep,
but imagine that. Like we do a stream, like a podcast from a steam room. We're all wearing towels, no shirts. It's fucking fat and shit everywhere.
Uh-huh.
But look at this dude. He's
got like a dad bod. But he's hanging out in the pool.
But this dude has only got 53 viewers versus the other chick that had fucking 900 viewers. Right. So look, his subs. Look, he'll write your name on the pickle for a sub, and he'll write your name on the forehead for 30. Get like literally, like, is this like prostitution?
Yeah, it's probably
Like, I'm willing to do anything for
a
something.
buck.
But I know prostitution, they always label it as sex. But literally, if you do it for money, like,
Well, work is prostitution.
oh, so we're being prostituted.
Think about it. They tell you where to be,
So
how to
look-
dress.
Yeah, but look at this, right? He's literally
They make a profit off of your labor and then give you a small cut.
so here.
Work
here-
is prostitution.
Here's the flip side of this though. Like, he's got that shit where it's like, if he'll change into a Speedo for 100 subs, or he'll belly flop in his pool for $350. Like what the fuck, man? Like, but you know what the funny thing is that 48 people are watching this right now,
Yeah.
and then 959 are watching. Like, literally, like, don't you think? I don't know. Do you think I can't fathom like what the fuck is going on here?
But we all have a friend that we feel like would do something like this.
I'd do it. Like,
I would do it too. Like, listen, if there was a market, I would definitely do that shit.
Like if I knew that I had a brand that I could do that with, like, I'd do it. But I don't want to do it by myself. Like, I do it with y'all. Like, we could do a podcast from a pool.
Straight from the pool.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, we sit there and we just like comment on whatever, or like we just sit there and just talk shit.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
So I got the title for today's episode. The Crew Dreams of Sex Work.
I mean, think about it. Your living room's big enough that we could just move that couch over and put a pool in here.
We bust this down into two pieces, slide it into the kitchen. We
So-
could set up a pool right here. I got the mounts for the camera up there. Like, we could have like multicam.
So are we gonna do a pool? Like, we gotta do it before your mama come.
Yeah. We'll just get a giant kiddie pool, put it
So
up right here.
next week you want to do a fucking
We'll
pool,
do
a pool
kiddie-
stream?
A pool stream.
I'm down.
God damn it, man!
I'm down.
Dr. G, you down?
Yeah, I'm down, man.
Are we gonna have therapy sessions? Should we invite somebody over?
It depends on who.
Yeah, I can think of.
Nah,
I can think of. I can think of. I
I'm
can think of-
straight. Like,
I can
I
think of three
can't.
names.
I can't think of anybody
There's
I'd
some
want.
names that come to mind.
There's nobody I want to put in the pool.
Partake.
No, I'm straight. Next thing you know,
They don't have to show up in person. We could just drop a link to the stream.
we're-
Drop a
we're-
link to the
next thing
stream.
you know, we're getting fucking Cosby'd and shit.
Partake. God, man, this is crazy, man.
That's where all the
That's why I
money's
wanted
being
to talk
made.
about it. It was just like, this is insane. You think about like the work, like it's Saturday, right? We just put in a full work week,
Yeah.
right? You think about that,
And
and
now you about to put in pretty much another.
yeah, and these people are clearing what you make in a month in
Yeah.
like a week.
I couldn't get off on this. Like the whole time I was looking at that girl, there's nothing about her that I was like, damn. Like I can get
Yeah,
off.
but what I'm saying is like,
Don't talk.
what?
What's your saying that Kevin Samuel said? The 3 things that a woman needs to do.
Oh yeah, my man, he was on a video. He was a chick, Kevin Samuels. He was like, he does like these like cross streams and shit. So the chick was like, "Can you tell me 5 things that can help me better myself with a man, or some shit like that?" He was like, "Yeah, sex, silence, and sandwich, or sex, or silence, sex, and sandwich, or sandwich, sex, and silence." And she was like, and she was like, the other 2. He was like, silence and silence. And then she started talking. He was like, "See, that's what I told you."
Oh my god!
My man is definitely a chauvinist, but I mean, like, the crazy thing is that like even like some of his logic, as fucked up as it is, like it makes a little bit of sense.
Yeah.
Like when he was like, if men were to disappear today, could women survive? And a lot of women are like, yeah, we could survive. But he was like, but y'all couldn't operate the machinery and do certain things that men do, because a lot of times it's sad, but a lot of women, and I don't say every one of them, but a lot of them look at certain things and then they be like, that's a man's job.
Yeah.
Like how many women go into the construction field?
Yeah.
Not a lot.
Not a lot.
How many women go into the landscaping field?
Not
Yeah,
a
they
lot.
want to plant some flowers and shit, but like when it comes to like loading mulch or using a back, like that's what he was like. Can y'all operate a backhoe? Can y'all operate heavy machinery?
Listen, we still got women who didn't want to vote for Hillary because they were all like, "That's a man's job."
So it's just crazy that shit gets into that. So, but like I said, I don't know about this. I would do it for extra income. If I knew I could make some money off of it. But it'd be like I said, I feel like a prostitute.
Right.
But I don't think I would care if I was clearing enough money.
To answer your question, if I would date a chick that did this, 110% yes.
I could definitely.
She buying us a house.
Listen, no, but that's what I'm saying. Like I could definitely like be with somebody who was doing this. Like you utilizing your body provocatively to make money. Okay.
Would you let your friends know about it, or this would be something just between y'all two?
Like I wouldn't care. Like if I mean your friends is gonna stare at your chick regardless.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather know that at least
He's staring at a chick and
he's
I'm making money
paying
off of it.
He's
Or
paying. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's dudes that'll fuck your chick, all right? So like don't sit there and play like, you know, I ain't gonna do it. It's dudes that'll come right for your chick and try to keep that shit. I think a lot of chicks when they cheat on the dude is with a friend of his. More than some. How many times a chick cheat on a dude and most likely the dude know the dude?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It usually don't be no random shit. Dude go out of town, the homie's still around and shit like that. So don't play yourself to think that, oh, like I don't want my dudes to know that. Like fuck it, nah, pay the $5 like everybody else. Right. You know what I'm saying? But you know, like I don't think I could go to OnlyFans shit, but I think I could do provocative
streams. Okay.
Yeah, like I couldn't date a porn star. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that she was getting dick down by another dude. That I couldn't do. I don't care if it was work or not. You know, but if you want to just sit in a hot tub all day and fucking, you know, use your looks to your advantage, be my guest. Fucking make some money.
I couldn't date a porn star for the simple reason I work on the phone all day. And when I get off of work, the last thing I want to do is go get on another phone. Part of the reason I don't answer text message or phone calls. But if I'm dating a porn star and then I want to smash and she come home and be like, I don't want to smash. I've been getting smashed all day. Well, I ain't been smashed all day, so we got a problem.
So you gotta smash the. All right, so going off of this, like I thought of something. I don't think this topic's gonna go too far, but did you ever wonder, like as we was growing up, like the technology that was too advanced for our parents or like our parental figures?
Yeah,
that was like we took advantage of, but like we really didn't need to. Like the one thing I was thinking about was the fucking parental lock on the TV.
Yeah, man.
Do you remember like having a parental lock on the TV, but your parents didn't know how to fucking use it?
No.
Yeah.
Right? So it was like, oh, you used to set the parental lock to shit?
Yep.
I was like, oh, that's cool. But then I realized like I never had no fucking like X-rated TV. We barely had cable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was like the parental lock was like great technology that was useless for most people.
Yeah.
Because how many people had the Playboy channel at their crib?
Nobody.
Right?
I mean, we kind of like did, because if you remember back in the day,
I mean, like
you used to have like Cinemax and HBO late at night. You know, when the TV is fuzzy and it's all those different colors, so you can see a little bit of it. That was kind of like your porn going.
So we'll I don't know if this will be Patreon or not. Like it depends how long the shit goes. But you ever do that as a kid? Like try to find that one channel and then you you sitting there staring at it trying to figure something out.
Yep. You stare at it and say, okay, I know that position.
I remember watching late night, like basic television, like over the air television, and they would play the commercials of like, pick up the phone. And it'd be all like,
you ever call one of those numbers?
I used to.
Yeah.
I used to call the 1-900 numbers from payphones. Right? I used to be walking by and just dial the number and let the shit cut on, and then I'd get scared and click it.
I accidentally ran up like a $400 phone bill.
At your crib?
Yeah. Yeah.
And your mama didn't beat you?
Oh, bro, it was hot as hell.
I had a neighbor that did that where he ran up a phone bill.
Like the 1-800 numbers, they used to you used to have a credit card.
Yeah.
So like you only got the basic shit. But the 1-900 numbers were the ones that went directly to your phone bill. Yeah. So like I used to do that shit, like be walking down the street, call it from the payphone, and then just leave it like hanging. I was so scared. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, oh shit. But can you believe that was a thing?
I mean, yeah.
Like what happened to phone sex?
It turned into FaceTime and sexting and Snapchat.
Yeah, but like honestly, like can sexting replace phone sex?
No.
Like, because the thing is, so like in my head, the theory is like you're stroking your shit. You know, if you're a dude, or you're playing with yourself if you're a girl, right? You're not just doing it to do it. Like I'm not just sitting there talking sex. Like if I was gonna do that, either I'm coming to fuck or I'm stroking.
Yep.
So I need my hand available.
Yep.
right? So like I don't want to be FaceTiming like this. I mean, yeah, maybe, now if the chick's willing to show you something, but if not, like what the fuck? Like you can't sex, be like, like, oh, and I'm waiting for a fucking reply. Those 3 dots are not turning me on at all. Like I'm waiting for a message. And the fucked up part is when you about to go and then it says message read and then she's not doing anything else. Yeah. And you're like, oh, I finished. Well, bitch, I'm still going. like, come on. Like, I don't think sexting can replace. Actually, I don't know. Like now I'm trying to think about it, and I'm like, oh shit. I remember when we was a kid too. Like we used to be on those little chat rooms and shit. Like people used to. It wasn't
role play online. Yeah.
No, but it wasn't called sexting. Cyber sex. That's what it was when you would like do somebody in a chat room.
Yeah.
Right. And then it was like you would do that type of shit, or if you would be like on like a forum or something, you would instant message somebody, and then it would be some crazy shit. So I remember that shit. So I guess in the forum, like sexting always been around, it wasn't called that.
Right.
But now text messaging being the way it is.
I remember a chick I used to cyber with. She lived in New York.
You remember that shit?
She was not pretty.
But but at least she didn't catfish you though.
Yeah, she was not pretty. She finally sent me a picture of what she looked like. I was like, "Ugh, baby."
Ain't that the worst?
But does her for JJ have a face? Do you ever think about that? You're like, damn, I'm fucking with this, but that doesn't help.
Butterface?
Yeah.
But it's a lot of people that go for a butterface. Like how many people be with a butterface, but they be like, that's like chicks do the same thing.
Yeah.
Right? You see a chick with a dude and it's like that dude is either one, he ugly or he mad disrespectful at points, right? Like you like, he's an asshole. Why you with him? Yeah. And she just give you that look, and you already know.
Big game, right?
That the BD, what is it? BDE.
The big dick energy.
Well, when I was trying to explain to a chick at work the other day, I was like, "Yo, like the trend for 2021 is big black dudes." I said that BBD, and when I said BBD, she was like, "Oh, big black dick." I was like, "Whoa. We talking about dudes here. You took that shit to a whole nother level. Back the fuck up."
Yeah, she sounded like she was fiending, bro.
And she said, "I've been there, done that." I was like, "Oh."
Boy,
a lot of them have.
Yo, but what's some other technology that they had as when we was growing up that just it was way above the current phase and like never got any play? To me, another thing was like the fucking child locks on the cars. Like your parents didn't know how to use them.
Yeah, my mom never used that.
I still don't know how to use mine because
it's a switch.
It's a switch on the inside part of the door.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
But when you figured it out, like I used to always turn the fucking like
I know how to do the window, but I never knew how to do the door.
So like when we go out, it always be my aunt, my uncle, my cousin, and me. So I always would like fucking put the child lock on my cousin's side, but leave it off of mine. Yeah. So when we would stop somewhere, I'd hop out the car and she'd be stuck in the fucking car. But that's what I'm saying. Like that's technology that our parents never understood. Yeah. That became useless. Yeah. Like who gives a fuck?
It's a feature that nobody really like thinks about nowadays unless you have kids.
I think it's something where like they just didn't care to learn it, right? Because like my mom's, she's got an iPhone now. She uses that shit like a normal person. Yeah. She texts me in Creole and she calls me. She be FaceTiming me. Yeah. She got her, her religious apps and stuff that she uses. She's on WhatsApp with her people all over. And I'm like, you barely understood the VCR 20 years ago. What are you doing? And I think it's because
God, those VCRs.
Bro, you remember the VCR? God, like man. It's funny that DVDs are obsolete at this point, but I was like, damn, like remember the VCR? Like every time you want to do some shit, you have to fucking rewind it. Or you get to that one point where the fucking tape was just no good anymore. Yeah. Remember the DVD when DVD had to scratch? It would like fucking like jerk off, like and fucking you miss a part or it would freeze, and there was no way to get past it. You would have to skip a chapter and go to a whole nother spot.
Use alcohol to clean it. So much.
I think that like people had great ideas, but it didn't make any sense. Yeah. Like who gave a fuck about child locks or this or that?
I think they just didn't care to learn how to. It didn't impact their life enough. Whereas like now, like a cell phone, like I know we used to clown on people like, oh, they got the jitterbug phone, right? Like the one with the stupid big buttons. But I think mostly now everyone knows.
I seen a dude with a flip phone the other day.
Was he a drug dealer?
No, he was an old dude, but he was using a flip phone. And I was like, remember when you used to text on the flip phone?
The T9, yeah.
Or yeah, you sitting there like da, 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 and you want to use the E, you had to tap the fucking like the 3 twice, and you had to fucking go here. Da, da, da. You remember how long it used to take to send one fucking text?
Yeah, that's why we used to shorten messages.
Yeah, but do you think we fucked it up for Generation Z?
How so?
Because we didn't get technology like a full rollout. You know what I mean? We came in the peak of technology. So in turn, we created technology that made shit easier.
Right.
Right. And so now they have it. So like where we grew up with the struggle of like having to learn how to do shit.
How to fix it. They're not going to know how to do it.
They don't even know how to do it because we were like, fuck it. This shit sucked. Like again, like we shorten words. Yeah. Like how many kids, like Generation Z, how many of them got fucking proper grammar? Right? Like they don't know the difference between your and your. Like you are, like YOURE and YOUR.
Yeah. Like
when it's like you're a dickhead, it's like YOUR. You're a dickhead. It's like no, that's your means yours. Like that's.
I'm not your dickhead.
No, but what I'm saying is like but that's what we've done.
Yeah.
Right? And then they've just taken it and gotten it worse. Like it's gotten worse to me over time.
I think for a subset, yes. I think overall.
Because they in turn create even more shit. And then the next generation is even less prepared for using their brains to think.
See, I think the opposite. Because I think right now, because of everything in place, anything you want to, like before, if you wanted to learn something, right? Like in our early years, if you wanted to learn something, you either had to go to school or find someone who already knew it to teach you. And that wasn't always available. But if I wanted to learn how to be an electrician right now, there's a million online courses I could go take.
Yeah, but you also just YouTube it. How to change a thing.
Right.
How many? We all done that. Like if I want to see something, like when I tried to help my cousin change his radio, the first thing I did was I Googled the video.
Right. But that's why I'm thinking it's better now because a lot of people, if like they want to know something, they know the information's out there and they just have to go find it and they go hunting for it.
Yeah, but again, with like look at all the people going into streaming and shit like that. Like they know computers, they know how to build a computer. You can do that, and they use it for video games. When does the technology cease to go forward? Because again, like here was the generation before us. So I think they created the parental lock on the TV. Mm-hmm. All right, like you don't really have porn on your TV, not at that point, but we're gonna create this lock to stop porn from streaming to your TV. So if you got DirecTV, if you wanted a few people that could afford the Playboy channel at $50 a month or whatever the fuck it was, we got a parental lock for you. We're gonna put that shit on all the TVs. Like it was to me it was such a fucking waste to even bring that program into a TV. But now you have kids getting cell phones at 9 years old with there's no real parental lock.
There is.
But nobody talks about it. Like you never hear a phone, like one of the key features that it has is a parental lock.
All that software is there.
I understand it's there, but it gets no publicity. Whereas when we were growing up, the parental lock was a big thing. Like it was broadcast. This TV's got parental lock, or it's got this, it's got that. Nobody gives a fuck anymore. Do new TVs have parental locks? They might.
Yeah,
but it's like
they do, but you just have to. It's harder.
But nobody gives a fuck.
Because I think it's a situation of where before, and to be perfectly honest, man, fuck your kids. I should not have to inconvenience my life for your kids, and that's the truth. But that's whenever anything happens, drugs, sex, alcohol, hip hop, rock and roll, they always say the same shit. But the kids, it's just like that lady from The Simpsons. The children. Will someone please think of the? No, fuck them kids. It's not my job or society's job to raise your kid. You don't want your kid watching porn? Tell them not to do it.
Yeah. Manage
them. Don't leave them in front of a computer or a television and then they happen upon this. Yeah, because kids happen. I can tell you, I was a kid. I ain't never happened upon nothing that I wasn't looking for. Yep. Straight up. Porn, I was looking for it. Literally, first stop. I built a computer from the parts I grabbed from the back of a computer store in 1998. And I got on the internet using the free AOL disk. The first thing I did, when no one was around, sex.com. First thing.
Do you remember how bad it was though? Like back in the day to try and find porn,
Bro.
Like I remember like sitting there, like I was a library aide in like 7th and 8th grade, so we would get the fucking computers. Yeah. And this is the funny thing is that like I actually like used to know how to use computers, so we would be in the fucking computer lab, and we would go in and put proxy servers. Yeah. So like we wouldn't go through the regular DNS. We would go through a proxy server, and then we would be able to pull up all the porn.
Yeah.
And then we would sell it to the kids, right? Oh, I'll set your computer up in your classroom. You know, give me $10, and then we'll set it up, and then they would just fucking go haywire. But the porn wasn't like available like that. Like you couldn't like you could go to any website now. You go to what? Pornhub.
There were websites like Pornhub and stuff.
Barely. There were barely any type of like massive content.
Yeah,
porno websites again because it wasn't really like in.
Yeah,
I mean people watch porn, but it was more frowned upon.
Right.
You know, it was like the hot tub shit. Like it was frowned upon.
Right.
You know, now it's just mainstream. Like fuck it, let's do it. But we used to sell that shit. Like I used to fucking find porno and print it out in pictures and sell it to people. Like I'm sorry. Like I was taking advantage of motherfuckers any way possible. Like if you wanted it, you know what the crazy part is, and I'll say this is that like I had access to porno, but I was still like jacking off the lowrider magazines. Okay. Like I don't know what it is, but like the fully nude like chick like just doesn't excite me as much as like the chick that's got like something on. The fuck are you pulling up?
Well, I think he's about to show us that.
Yo, this is
how
that
porno used to work.
This is that back in we're in the way back machine.
Well, this is what it used to. I remember those browsers like that.
So what does this do?
So this is like the Internet Archive. This is
it shows you how the internet was.
Right, back through time. Can I go how far?
So it's like we're time traveling by just sitting right here and just looking at it.
Yeah. So like March 1st, 2000.
I think that's the one superhero power that I wish I had was the time travel.
Hell yeah. This was a site back in the day.
I never heard of this.
What
one.
is it?
Oh no, it's broken.
It's broken.
Okay, snapshot's broken.
I don't know.
Oh no, there it goes. Okay, yeah. This was the website back in the day.
Wow.
Are you gonna click on one of them so we can see what it is?
Well, you gonna see what it is.
Like they would come out with daily links.
Oh.
So like it would be a little bit different every day. I don't know.
So is it just a photo?
It would just link you to photos and different genres and stuff.
That's it.
Yeah.
No actual video, really.
Right.
Just photos. Okay.
And it would be like sometimes it would be like Playboy links and stuff.
Yeah.
And whatnot, and it'd be rips from actual paid websites and stuff.
Okay.
So this was the joint back in the day.
Damn.
Yeah, and they would come out with links every day.
I was using the shit to make money. I'm sorry. Like
archives, previous thing.
I ain't never been to 4pigs.com. So
oh yeah,
I'll never
like
forget you know what's crazy. You know what's crazy is that like when you typed it's like 4 pigs. I was thinking about 4 pigs.
Like, when he was typing, I thought he was trying to put like 2 girls in a cup, and then he was trying.
Yeah. But 4 pigs. 4 pigs. I was thinking about 4 pigs, but then when you say it, it's like no, this is 4 pigs. Like
right.
4 people who like porn.
Yeah.
Right. It's one of those things, but you don't even have to dress up your websites anymore. Like again, like that shit is so mainstream.
Yeah.
You know, like again, it's a educational documentary because most people are learning their new moves from it.
Yeah.
I
thrust and twist.
Front and twist.
Bro, when you were saying that you built the computer for the fucking internet, I'm just like, oh, I remember dial-up internet.
Yeah.
I saw a TikTok and it's like most people don't understand what this sound means, and it was the fucking dial-up sound.
Yeah.
It's like remember how bad that was?
Yeah.
Can you imagine now having to fucking use that?
I remember. Oh, this is for our two female listeners. You don't understand this pain. The day I figured out how to turn off that sound, it was the best day in the world. Because nothing is worse than it being like 11:30 midnight. You try and get online, and your modem is over here going.
Oh my! So like when I used to be fucking downloading like music or I was a teenager, so I was scoping for the porn and shit, because I still had to fucking satisfy myself 3 times a day. Like the computer was in my room, so like I would want to I would have rules like you can't be on the internet after a certain time. Yeah. So like I would pretend to go to sleep.
I used to love that, the internet has,
and wait till everybody would go to sleep.
Adult hours.
Right? So then it was like I want to get up, like I'm fiending.
Yeah.
So I would take like a blanket or something and tuck it underneath the crack of the door so you wouldn't see the glare of the computer screen when it turned on. And then I would when I would have to log in, that was the worst because I have to take a fucking pillow and put the pillow over it because the sound didn't come from the computer, it came from the modem.
Yeah.
So I'd fucking, I think it was a IP56 or some shit like that. It was the modem I had. And I had to fucking put the pillow over it while that shit was fucking, and if that shit took a long time, like when it had to dial a second time because the first time it dialed out, that shit didn't go through. It's like, fuck, hurry the fuck up. Like, it was so tense, and then afterwards, it's like I had to beat the shit out of my dick because I was so fucking tensed up. Like, I'm like, all right, let's go. Like, we're doing this shit twice. It took me 10 minutes to get online.
Bro, the day I figured out how to turn that sound off, I was like...
Bro, remember when you was like super horny and you want to like really go through and then that shit would not connect?
I never had those problems.
I used to have that shit sometimes where it just wouldn't connect. It would go through like 3 cycles. It cannot connect right now. And it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Now you got 5G. Like I just go on my phone and be like, okay, cool. But you don't even need to because you get most of the content off Twitch. Like who the fuck needs porn when you can jack off to a chick in a hot tub on a fucking video game website?
Or you could watch TikToks and try and freeze the millisecond clip of a chick in a bikini.
I don't know. I don't understand TikTok in general. That's a topic for another conversation. But.
All right, we'll hit up. This is. I know I said the crew. What did I say the title was going to be?
The crew explains something.
Oh no! The crew
becomes sex workers.
No, the crew thinks about sex work. No. This should just be the old man podcast because we went from that to just being old men reminiscing.
Shit. Back in the day, man. Back in the day, young blood. The good old days. I'm just gonna have to go get my Kango and put it on, and then we'll go play chess in the park after this.
The sad part is our younger audience won't get that reference.
That's fucked up. So I don't know what else I got. Like I feel like we done rambled enough.
Yeah, man.
Did we hit everything today?
Well, I mean, we could go on more topics and shit, but I mean, we rambled enough for one day.
Yes.
You know, we got to go plot our hot tub.
Our hot tub stream.
Should we invite Hot Tub back to the podcast when we have the hot tub, or is 4 dudes in a hot tub like overrated?
I say we do it and not tell Hot Tub about it. So he'll just show up.
Yeah, just show up.
But then, how's he gonna get in the hot tub?
We just
because Hot Tub always wear a hoodie. He always dressed for wintertime, even though it's Florida.
He always dress.
Like I don't fucking know. Y'all be weird. Like that's your twin brother.
I can't explain that.
So
I wore a jacket for a whole school year. Sometimes I wouldn't even wear a shirt underneath it.
I always used to wear like hoodies and stuff, but like that was just because most of the classrooms at school was cold.
Yeah.
It's basically a prison. So
basically.
North Miami was basically.
I was reminiscing today. I don't know why I keep reminiscing. Like I just think life was better back in the day.
Yeah.
But I was like, remember Jinko jeans?
I love Jinkos.
Yeah. Remember, but it's like think about it now.
Yeah.
I would wear Jinkos now.
Yeah, but you also wear Walmart shoes.
Right.
Like that you saying you would wear Jinkos now completely proves my point. You know what I'm saying? Like I would wear them out,
but like I'd wear them like around the house and shit.
Like the crazy part is like now I'm trending at like 165 pounds.
Yeah.
And when I was a kid, when I was 18 and I could actually afford to shop because I had a job, right? And I was out buying clothes. The size of the pants and clothes I bought was extra large shirt and a 34 pant, like shorts or whatever, 34 extra large.
Yeah.
And I was barely 150 pounds. I was 180, 190 pounds. I'm down to 165. My shirt size is between small and medium, and my pant size is 32. But it was like, imagine like what the fuck we was doing as kids. Like literally,
that was
like,
the 90s though. Everybody wore big clothes in the 90s.
Yeah, but I get it, but I'm just sitting there like, yo, what the fuck was I thinking? Like, you imagine how long, like, I had to have the Gangstalicious extra large tall tee on and shit.
Most definitely. You used to wear those jerseys.
Remember how big the shirts were and shit like that? Even jerseys. So, like my Reebok jerseys would always be an XL, something like that. You know, like always baggy. And the fucked up part is I don't have many pictures of me from, like, my younger days.
Yeah.
So, like, I
But you
couldn't
had to wear the shirts that big so you could hide your strap. And by strap, I mean your Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck box.
My dual disc.
Yeah.
Coach, you ever played like some card game or some dumb shit like that?
Nah.
What did you
fun,
do?
bro.
What did you do with your boys when you was like 16? Did you have boys when you was 16?
Nah, I was a loner.
What?
I was a loner, man.
So like
To this day, I'm still kind of like a loner. I just
Yeah.
started opening up more just recently.
so me and Andre, like when we was jits, like we met in a car shop.
Yeah.
Right? And most of the boys met in the car shop. Like our dude Aaron, we met in the car shop. Chewy, we met in the car shop. Carlos, you know, rest his soul, little bitch. We met him in a car
I
shop.
thought he died, but I guess he did.
Nah,
He's just a little bitch.
nah, son. Yeah, I tell you. All right, I'm gonna end the podcast with this. I'm gonna give you the story of Carlos, and then we gonna end the podcast on that, right? Because I feel like talking a little bit. Y'all can listen. So when I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh cards because my dude Spencer, he put me on. Like I used to
Oh shit, Spencer! I haven't thought about that dude in a hot fucking minute.
So my dude Spencer, like I used to babysit his grandma.
Okay.
His mom gave me a job where after school I would go over to the crib and watch his grandma because his grandma would go to like a day nursing home and then come home.
Yeah.
But the parents wouldn't be home till a certain time, so she'd be home for like 1 to 2 hours by herself.
Yeah.
And she was old, like she could get lost. So his mom paid me to chill over at the crib just to make sure, you know, grandma was cool. So he used to play Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and then I was like, oh, let me get into that. So I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I went to Superheroes, which was a known comic book card collectible spot in Miami, North Miami Beach. And I got some decks, and we started playing, you know, and I got pretty good at it. So then I found out through my dude Spencer used to go to this place called Ali Sports Cards.
yeah,
Right? It was a collectible card shop. Dude knew, you know, he sold like sports cards, sports memorabilia, but also, you know, he's a hustler, so he had the gaming cards and shit too. So we used to go there, and they had tournaments. So we used to play in the tournaments, you know, and then the very first tournament that they tried to bullshit me on, you know, like my rule, you get me once, but you never gonna get me twice, right? Yeah. So we was playing. It was the first tournament, and it was a bunch of people there. My dude Amos was there.
Yeah.
Carlos was there. You
Cheech.
weren't there yet.
I was there
You weren't
second
there
week.
yet. So we was all playing, and this dude came up to me, and I had a bunch of cards. You know, because my dude, I was making money watching my dude's grandma, so I had money. I kept buying cards, so I had a whole bunch of shit, and I'm very meticulous. So my shit was always organized. I had them in sleeves and shit like that.
OCD before it was an actual thing.
Well, I've always had it, but so my dude looked at the card. He was like, "Oh, I always wanted one of those," and so I gave it to him. You know, it was just a common card, and he was like, "You just go give it to me?" I'm like, what the fuck I'm gonna do with it, man? Like, you gonna trade me a penny for a penny? Like, just take it.
Yeah.
They cheated me out of my fucking win in that first tournament.
Yep.
They cheated me out, right? Because they told me I couldn't activate something when I activate something, and they was like, that ain't the. I'm like, no, that's the fucking rule. They was like, no, it's not. They cheated me, right? So okay, you got me. I came back with the rules the next week. I was like, yo, look, y'all motherfuckers was wrong.
Yeah.
And then from that, I just dominated. Fucking dominated. Like I literally won every tournament for season 1 that Konami sent me some fucking Millennium Puzzle trophy.
Okay.
Like my ass was there. Anyway, met Andre over there, and then ever since I gave Carlos that card, like he was like, so it used to be me, Carlos, Andre, our dude Aaron, and then sometimes Chewy. Right, and we used to go hang out. Carlos was older than us. Yeah, like we were all 16. He was 3 years older than us, right? Yeah. So he was when I was 16, he was 19, but he lived with his mama. But she allowed us to like come over to the crib. We go over to the crib Saturday nights. You know, it'd be late. You know, there were no rules because technically he was an adult. You know, and the rest of us we were just delinquents. Yeah. You know, so we would do that. But for whatever reason, dude always had beef with me. Right? Because it was like, he wanted to be like the alpha in the group. You know, like every group got that one guy. Yep. That's like, that's the dude. Hey, what are we doing tonight? Everybody looks over. And I don't know, for some reason I was that dude. Yeah. You know?
To this day.
So he fucking hated it. Because he was like, I'm older. Like, one day we was at his crib playing the game. I was like, we leaving. He was like, no, I don't want to do that. I want to stay here. I was like, well, we leaving. So we all got up and left. And he was mad as fuck because he was still there. So me and him always had beef. Yeah. You know, so whatever happened, when I was 18, I was making a couple, you know, I'm 18. I'm making some, you know, life choices that I don't want to say on the podcast today. maybe later on in life. But whatever, fuck it. Like I was being a 18-year-old on the prowl for the first time. So homie was like I used to go couch surfing. You know, I'd be over here for a couple days, whatever. So I was staying with this chick for a little bit, and me and her got into a scuffle. Right? She was looking at me. She was way older than I was. She was like talking to me like I was a jit. And even though I was a jit, I didn't feel like I was a jit. So I was like, don't you talk to me like I'm a jit. I'm a grown ass man. Granted, I was a jit. So Carlos was like, come stay with me for the weekend. Right? He had a 1-bedroom apartment. He was over there chilling. I was like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? It's like sleep over at homie's house. Yep. So I'm over there. And then he had this chick he was like messing around with. Problem was, at that point he was 21, she was 16. So I'm over there in the middle of this shit, and I'm like, oh, like I'm sleeping on the couch. One weekend turns into a week, you know, and I was ready to bounce back to my aunt's house. My aunt was over there like, hey, you know, whenever you coming home, come home. You know what I'm saying? But my dude was like, yo, I like it when you here, because, you know, like it was the first chick he was really dealing with. Yeah. So his mom even was like, yo, I like you around him because when you around here, he got some type of cojones. Yeah. Like, they was Cuban. So, like, you know, she was like, that it was Puerto Rican? Puerto Rican. I thought they was Cuban.
No, Puerto Rican.
Oh, whatever. I don't want to say same difference because
I was about to say it, but
no. So, you know, somebody go get offended.
Yeah, same.
So I was like, all right, well, I'll stay. You know what I'm saying? Like, the mom was like, you know, she liked me around. So I'm like, all right, that's cool, whatever. But I was ready to bounce. So after a while, homie was sitting there like, he was doing some mad suspect shit with this chick. Yeah. And I'm like, yo, she's 16, homie. Like, he 21. And so it got really bad that, like, I was ready to bounce. But he kept saying, yo, like, you know, you don't got to go. And I'm like, all right, well, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll hang out, but I'm ready to go. Like, I don't need to be here. I got a crib I could go to. So he, like, this was the drawing point. It was a hurricane. I think it was Hurricane Wilma. Yeah. Knocked out all the power.
The one that hit.
No, Katrina hit first. Katrina was the one that we went looting. Yeah. When I took the big B off the Bank of America sign, that felt like that was when we went looting Katrina. Wilma was the one that hit with Radio Shack. Remember when you came and got me that morning? It was like Radio Shack window was busted open. Yeah. And we walked over there and literally Radio Shack window was busted open. We was about to jump in and we was like, yo, like, it's probably some fucking cops around here.
Yeah. There was a cop. There was a cop in the...
So we was like, nah, we ain't doing it. But anyway, like the chick just was trying to do shit, and I was kind of telling them like, "Yo, man, stop doing that shit," you know. But they was fucking around, and one night they're in the room, and I'm sleeping on the couch. I'm sitting there playing my motherfucking the fuck it is it the Nintendo DS. I'm playing the little Yu-Gi-Oh game on it, and they get into a little scuffle in there, and I'm like, all right, like whatever. Next thing I know, because the power was out, his the way his place was set up was the patios were in the front, right? So you had a front door and then a patio door right next to each other, and then it was open because it was no air coming in. So I'm sitting there, and next thing I know, 2 cops walk in that bitch.
Shit.
I flipped over the couch. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Yo, like, you know, I see cops, they out to get me.
Yeah.
You know? So they was like, we got a 911 call from this house.
Shit.
I'm like, I ain't even got a phone. I got a cell phone,
Yeah.
but it ain't linked to this house.
Yeah.
Homegirl come out of the fucking room, covering herself with a pillow.
Shit.
He come out the motherfucker wearing some tighty-whitey drawers, holding a samurai sword.
Fuck.
And I'm sitting there like, holy shit. And I'm looking at this like, dude, ugly.
Yeah.
The chick was alright. You know? So it was like, these motherfuckers is gonna think I'm a pimp.
Yeah.
And that's the bitch. He
Yeah.
was fucking. She got into a scuffle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna go to jail.
Yeah.
Homegirl was like, they was like, somebody called the fucking police from this house.
Fuck.
Homegirl was like, sorry, I was trying to call my grandma. And my dumb ass was like, your grandmama number start with 911?
Yeah, bro.
Like, who the fuck you trying to fool? The cops? Like, yo, like, you better tell them the truth. Like, that motherfucker's trying to beat you up. He
Yeah.
and he hopping out with a samurai sword and some drawers.
Yeah.
Not even boxers, my man. Tidy whities. Like, this motherfucker. At that point, I knew it was time to go. So I was like, the next day, I called Andre up. I was like, yo, son, come get me.
Yeah.
So he came, threw my stuff in the whip, and I left the keys. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I gotta go. So I left. So the next day after that, he come to my job, yelling at me, blah, blah, blah. You owe me money, this and that. I was like, yo, homie, one, you asked me to stay with you. I tried to leave.
Yeah.
Your mama asked me to stay with you. I tried to leave. And second of all, don't come to my place of employment doing this.
Yeah.
So I walked away from him. I walked away. I was at the self-checkout. I walked out, and I walked out through my pro side.
I think I remember this one. Yeah.
This motherfucker ran up behind me to throw a punch.
Yeah, I remember.
Bro, I don't know what the fuck happened, but like
missed.
just instinct. Like I fucking did this like Matrix like shit. The
Yeah.
motherfucker missed me, fucking hits the ground, rolls, all his shit flies out of his pocket.
Yeah.
And the first thing in my mind was like, yo, stomp this
Jackal,
motherfucker
yeah.
out. That was always the rule. Motherfucker hit the floor, you stomp him. You don't let that shit go. So, oh, my dude live in Orlando?
I don't know.
So anyway, so homie got in my face, and I was like, go ahead and hit me, please.
Yeah.
But I said, after you hit me, I'm gonna whoop that ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna play this shit. So, after that, we wasn't friends no more.
Yeah.
Like, and that's how that all ended. And I don't know what the fuck, man, but because we was kind of cool at first, but he couldn't just let that shit go. Like, he had to be the alpha.
Some guys are like that.
I don't give a fuck who the alpha. Like, I prefer one of y'all be the alpha, so I could just like roll by and chill. Like, oh, y'all want to do this tonight? That's cool. I'm riding. You know, I don't like to be the idea guy. Like, I hate to be the idea guy. What are we doing tonight? Powder? We're doing a podcast. What about after that? Like, I'll do whatever y'all want to do. Like, I already said that. I like to be dude second in line, third in line, unless we run the train. Then I want to be first. So anyway, that's the whole story. And that two things y'all need to know. One, never go to somebody's place of employment and act ass. Please. And two, if you're going to sucker punch somebody, make sure you connect. Like this motherfucker came with the Mayweather haymaker and missed. At least when I hit the dude on South Beach, I laid his ass. He may have not fell. He may have been fucking, on some type of drug, but I still hit him. I still connected with the punch. This motherfucker missed. Like, how you go for the cheap shot and miss, man?
Get over here.
Yeah.
So that's how I'm gonna leave that. And that's how we'll end the podcast. Don't cheap shot nobody, and don't let nobody place employment. And please respect the alpha in the group. So with that, I'm gonna let y'all go. Another good podcast in the belt. This one's 17, I think, 18, some shit like that. Streams is down. We need y'all to stream, boost it, please. Tell people. And I believe, we'll start broadcasting it now, but we will have a booth at MegaCon this year. So as long as MegaCon's a thing, it's a couple months away. It's in August. I believe as long as my Dogecoin continues to hit, we'll have the money to do it. We might have some merch out there for y'all to buy, shit like that. So if you're going to MegaCon this year, or you was thinking about doing it, go out to MegaCon and look for your boys, the Two Dab Crew. Y'all got anything else for the listeners?
Nah.
No, we're good.
My man, you trying to find this dude.
Bro, he heard him.
Nah, you know what the funny thing was about this dude though? Like everybody was kind of cool with him, bro. He showed up like a year later, like after all that shit happened. And then I was ready to fight. Like I snapped. I was like, "Oh, you threw that punch at me. Like I never got you back." Like I couldn't let that shit slide. Everybody was like, "Yo, y'all should make up." I was like, "Nah, you threw a punch at me." You know what I'm saying? Like you got to come correct. It's a lot of things you could do where like some things are forgivable, but I think the minute you not fucking drunkly throw a punch at somebody, like there has to be a real conversation at that point. Yeah. And that was never gonna happen, so don't throw punches at homeboys unless you're gonna connect.
Right.
So we'll go ahead in this podcast and hit y'all with a peace.
Peace.